think we have something on this big one here. Hey, got a twofer. Look at those. What's going on, you guys? We're here at the Galveston Pier. There's a seawall that runs all the way down there. Back down that way also. Let's get set up here. A rod holder, jacket out the way. I was wearing a jacket earlier, but as you can see, the sun is out. Started sweating on the pier actually, so good thing we left and took the jacket off. Now this cart here, my baby, and it's been doing pretty good. We'll do a video on this cart, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more about it. Let's get the cooler. Got our bag going here. And of course, we need our net. I don't actually plan on bringing anything with us today, but just in case there's something that we can't pull up, we'll have the net on hand just in case. If I can get these little balls down there. There we go. There we go. Rod holder. And we'll get our rods going here. I had to break it down earlier and put it in the back because it's a little bit too large to get through the door. I'll show you guys once we get there. Here, we'll put this in the box. But it does take just a second to get especially this pole, because this is the long pole. This is like a 12-foot pole here, so I have to break this one down in order to get it through the door. Which we got that broken down. We'll get our other two poles here ready. All right, we got pole 1, pole 2. Let's grab the camera. We'll be ready to go. There we go. See you, Brutus. All right, let's get some fishing done. It's quite a long walk actually to get to the pier here, so these carts are really come in handy. Let's put these keys away real quick. Nobody wants to have to carry their stuff all over the place. So that's the pier we're going to be going to. Have a good one, bud. All right, we're on the pier. I left my glasses, but the truck's right over there. We're not gonna walk back and get it though. We're just gonna keep on going. Who needs glasses? All right, we're here on the pier. Let's go ahead and get baited up. Throw these things out here. Now earlier at the gift shop there, they do sell shrimp, squid, mullet, whatever you need in order to get on some fish that are local. That's one good thing about fishing at the pier, is that you get local knowledge. One thing that most piers have usually, shrimp. So we've got some shrimp that we've been cutting up, and we're gonna go ahead and use that as bait here. I was actually out here probably about 2 hours or so ago, and I first came here, I had to charge the gimbal back up, so we didn't have it, but we did throw some shrimp out, caught some little whitings. They were babies, but if there's babies, it means there's big ones around. So we get our shrimp back out there. This is what we're using right here. So wild caught shrimp. Usually what I do is I'll use one. Oops, that one got away. Usually use one per pole. Cut it into 2 pieces. One on the top bait, one on the bottom. So we'll do that same thing here. With one on the top, one on the bottom. And usually putting the big one here on top. I don't have the GoPro on, so you guys can't really see too much what I'm doing, but we'll get that one out here. We'll get the GoPro out here and give you guys a little close-up footage of what we have going on. So I usually cut the heads off these shrimps, cut the tails off, so you get a nice little piece like that. I usually put the body pieces down at the bottom and then put the tail pieces right here on top. And this rig I'm using, this is a pompano rig. Picked up some of these down in Florida. And they're really great for coastal fishing. So this is what the setup looks like. It's got a 2-ounce weight down at the bottom here. We have that body of the shrimp. And then we have the tail of the shrimp. So we're gonna go to cast this out here. When you're casting, always check behind you, make sure there's nobody there. And we'll let that sit there. So you got the cart here, bag in front, 3 rods. Usually I carry 3 rods. I don't really do too much more than that. But by keeping the rod with the rod holders on the cart itself, you see it holds them in there pretty snug. So when the fish is on, you'll start seeing that there tilt. So we're gonna keep an eye on the tops here, tops of these poles, and see if they start twitching. Like I said earlier, the waves were pulling them and kind of making them twitch a bit like that there. Sometimes when you pull it in, the bait's gone already, so you'll just have to kind of keep an eye on it. What a beautiful day this is, and a beautiful pier. One great thing about fishing piers are the people are always so friendly. Everybody's fishing, everybody's pretty determined and on a mission to either have fun or to catch some dinner. So you always meet really good people here on the pier. And the guys that usually work in the front, that's why I like coming to these big piers with information right in the front there, because those people are pretty knowledgeable about the local fish, what kind of bait there are, and anything you need to know really to get started fishing in that area. So looks like we've got fish or waves. Let's go ahead and check the line real quick. We'll do the big one first here. There you go. We'll just pull it tight so we can actually see if there's any fish that hit it. Let's check this other one too. All right, that one's right on the bottom there, dragging. When you reel in sometimes, it feels like a fish could be on there, so you're never really sure. Let's get our knife back too. Fish on. Either we have a fish on or that last wave shook it. But let's go ahead and reel it in here. We'll check and see what we got. We cast these ones out pretty far. Up, see? Ate the bait. Ate the shrimp. No shrimp on there. Let's go ahead and get it set back up. So go ahead and put the body on the bottom one, put the tail on the top here. There you go. So we're all set up again. Hook, bottom bait, top bait. Let's go ahead and throw that bad boy out there. Check behind you. Make sure nobody's there. Let's get that out there. There you go. And since that first one got taken off, let's go ahead and check this other one too. This one feels, can't tell if there's anything on there or not, any bait. Usually when there's bait on there and you have a double rig set up like this one. Oh, we actually caught a fish. It's so small, you can't even tell. When you have bait on there sometimes, it's kind of a little funky because if you have bait, then, what's that, a little whiting? First fish on the pier. Look at that. Beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and release this one. We release all the fish here once again. We're on a road trip. So I usually grab it with hooks, shake it off. Just like that, fish is released. Thank you so much for that catch, fish. Let's get another one. All right, so that was the first fish there. We're gonna rebait this pole. We'll use two because those ones are kind of smaller, so we'll use the bodies and toss the heads and the tails. Now there's no feeding the birds on the pier, of course, but because that'll attract them all. But what I usually do is when I cut these shrimp up, I'll use what I need and then toss the rest into the water. Hopefully bring around some more fish that are looking to eat these shrimp. No mistaken the one on my line for one that's just floating around. They'll eat it and I'll catch it. Oh, fish on. Oh, it might have been a wave actually. Okay. So we've got our two baits back on here. Double setup. Check behind us. Cast it back out. Beautiful. So if you're watching this, super excited to have you here with us. This is the first pier on our United States road trip. Oh, looks like something's already on there. Or is that those waves breaking through? Feels like those. Oh, we do have something on the other one there. See if I can reel this one in without getting tangled up. Nothing on this one, but they did take that bottom bait. So like I said, that's why we usually put the body on the bottom, because I see that we usually catch more fish on that bottom one. Looks like we're catching fish on this other one too. Let's go ahead and reel it. Whoa. Let's go ahead and check this second one here. Might be another small fish, might be a wave. We'll check and see here. Now, I'm an active fisherman. I don't really like to stand around too much and just not do anything. So they have 2 or 3 poles in the water, checking them constantly up, moving around. Nah, so that was just the water there. So as you see on this one, we still have both baits. So we're gonna go ahead and toss this one back out. Perfect. We'll rebait that second one and throw it back out there also. Get another piece of this shrimp here. Do a full frozen one, and we'll cut that one up there and we'll check and see. So cut that shrimp, cut that one there. Bottom hook once again, the big piece. And top one already has that, the other piece. We'll actually just throw the head and the tail on the bottom one. This one's a little chunky, but we'll see what we can catch with it. So, see that there? Pretty big piece. One on the top. Wait. Let's throw that one out. There we go. We'll let it hit the bottom and then we'll tighten it up. So there you go. We'll tighten it up so we can tell if anything's actually biting on it. So it's going straight down right now at an angle. It's at an angle, the weight's on the bottom, and those two baits are just kind of there in the air floating around. We do have a third pole with this, but we don't have that in the water right now. That one's got a jig on it. If there's anything running by, any mackerels or anything, we can toss this out, see if we can get on there. Actually, let's go ahead and throw it out right now while we have those other two baits sitting there. Just cast it out a couple times. Now, instead of course, right when you cast it, it looks like something else is in those other lines. With this one, you just cast it out, jig it back nice and slow, do it fast, whatever you want. Make it look like a fish. Man, what a beautiful day. Such a blessing to be able to be out here, enjoy some fresh air, enjoy some sun, catch some fish. Good old Galveston, Texas. So, you see, both gone. Both baits eaten at the bottom. Let's go ahead and throw some more shrimp on there. Let's get this bad boy back out there. I'm gonna toss this one kind of far. Well, all my casts are pretty far, right? There you go. That second pole is not even twitching anymore, so they might have eaten the bait off that one. Which is okay, because we have more shrimp. What a beautiful day out here, too. It's gorgeous. We're in December, and it's about 70 degrees right now. Nothing so far. Bunch of little heads and tails all over the place. What are we gonna do? Rebait. Head off, tail off, cut it in half. Okay. This one still got the tail on it, so we're gonna leave that piece there with the tail. Just throw another one on there. There you go. Ready? 2 fish. We'll toss this one all the way out there too. Let it hit the water. Let it hit the bottom. Tighten it up. Set it down. Awesome. I think we have something on this big one here. Hey. Got a twofer. Look at those. 2 nice little whitings on here. So this is a big one here. Let me see if I can turn them around and show you guys. Big old whiting here. And we got his little brother right here. 2 fish on at Galveston Pier. All right, let's drop these back in. Awesome. And you see, these things are so small. On this big rod, I could barely see that they hit. So let's go ahead and release these 2. That's a 1. Look at the teeth on that bad boy. I'll show you guys the teeth real quick here. See if you can see the teeth in there. Beautiful fish. Let's get this bad boy back in. Oh. Nice. Make sure we don't lose our stuff here, and we still have one of our shrimps on here. So you see they went for the tail and the body. And that's about as good a fish as you can get right there. 1 on the top hook, 1 on the bottom hook. If you can't get 1 big one, 2 fish, next best thing. So let's go ahead and rebait this one here. Throw it back out, see what else we can catch. Head off, tail. That one was on the big pole that we threw all the way out there, so we're gonna do the same thing. If there's little fish, there's probably big fish around too. So we'll do the same thing. We'll cast that out there, let it hit the bottom. Set it down, wait for another fish. Super fun. It's always awesome when you catch two fish at the same time. Doesn't really matter what size it is, doesn't really matter what kind it is, when you're just having fun and you're releasing them. If you can catch two good sized eating fish on the same hook, that's awesome, right? Looking for two good sized pompanos, two good sized sheephead. That'd be pretty sweet. Let's check our other line here. This is the one right underneath the pier, and both baits are gone. One good thing about this pier is that it's got this little table here. I'll put it there. It's got this little table here along the pier. There's one here. There's another spot down there, so you can stop, cut your bait on these things. Clean your fish if you got something you can take with you. Here you can cut your bait up, and it's just so easy. Perfect. We're gonna do the same thing. Toss this one all the way out there. Nobody's behind us. Cast it out. Super fun. There we go. Oh, ate it, came off. The bait's still on there, so we're just gonna cast it back in the water. See, they're right there at the bottom. Right when it's dropping down, the fish are eating it. There we go. Caught another little baby here. So, you see, they ate that bottom one. They like those body pieces of the shrimp because they're a little bit bigger. And that top one's still there, so what a beautiful, beautiful fish. Isn't that gorgeous? So we'll do the same thing. Get off of there. Let's get the pliers here. Usually I just hold the pliers and shake them off. Give them a good little shake. And we've only got a couple more shrimp left, so we're almost done fishing here at the Galveston Pier. Put my bait away for these birds get it. Yeah, you have to keep an eye on these birds here. I think we have enough for one more cast. Literally, the last body's in this bag here. So let's go ahead and throw that tail here on top. We do still have a piece of fish on, or a piece of shrimp on there. Okay, we'll leave that on there. We'll use this body here. There you go. I know you guys can't see that, but we'll bring the GoPro out here next time so you guys can get some chest views and get some better angles. But first video, this is the fun we are having. No fish, but there is a bait on there still, so we'll go ahead and drop that back out. And this is probably our last cast. Usually when fishing, you have about 5 or 6 last casts. It's always your last one. When you hold it, you can feel the difference between the fish biting it and just the waves pulling the line and the bait itself. You can feel the fish down at the bottom picking at the shrimp on the hook. but those fish are so smart. What I do is I hook the hook through the shell and the body's exposed on either side. What those fish usually do is they'll come in, instead of eating the hook directly, they'll pick that loose flesh on either side and try to weave a shrimp on the hook itself. Sometimes I find that works. When it's frozen shrimp, you can't weave it. So these fish are pretty smart. They eat your bait off without getting caught, just like that. So that's fishing here on Galveston. Super fun. Let's do a loop. We'll walk around the pier itself. We'll walk down to the end, do a quick loop, see how everybody else is doing, head back. Super fun day. Awesome. What an awesome day. Super fun fishing. You see on top of the pier there's actually a restaurant. On top of the pier there's a restaurant called Jimmy's on the Pier. I went there yesterday for lunch, grabbed a drink, and you know what? We're gonna go back again right now. Yesterday I had the ceviche, and it was so delicious. They said it was the last serving of ceviche that was there, and I think it's because all the flavors accumulated at the bottom of the bowl. Look at these waves here. Wow. Such a beautiful view. Yeah, so I got the last of the ceviche yesterday. I'm hoping to go back and get some more again today. Get a good lunch, and then go back to the hotel room and relax. That's such a long pier. We're gonna look up online and see how long it is, because you could get winded. I was actually here a couple months ago, and that's what encouraged me to get the fishing cart. I was the guy carrying 3 rods, a cooler, a tackle box, all trying to juggle that stuff from my vehicle here to that pier. And as you could imagine, it was quite the show. So getting a pier cart definitely did the trick there. And we're back at the truck. This is Brutus. I don't know if I introduced you guys to Brutus yet, but this is Brutus here, going on our adventures together, having some great times. All right. Those rods fit perfectly in the back. This is the rod holder / gimbal holder. Throw our tackle box in. Let's get our net out the way. Throw our cooler inside. There we go. All right, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode.